Everyone, thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48's World, where we do the Young and the Restless reviews. Okay, we're reviewing. I'm recapping on Friday's episode, September 9th, 2016. The summary that they give us is Billy is pushed too far, Summer looks for closure, and Jill corners Phyllis. Going down to the first scene, we have Summer is down at the station, police station, that is, with Paul filling out a report on Luca. Paul tells Summer that Luca is in a holding cell right now. Summer thought he has already been shipped off to Spain, or back to Spain, his native country. Okay, then we go to Phyllis and Billy finally show up at Adam's memorial, and Jill is laying it on thick for Jack. But as usual, Jack don't have a clue of what's going on between Phyllis and Billy. We go to Ben. Ben is saying he was sorry for not being at the memorial for Adam. This is what he's saying to Abby, because she's basically went over to see him at the hospital after coming from Adam's memorial. Then we have Ben tells Abby they need to talk. He's feeling sorry and he feels he needs to discuss something with Abby. Abby don't know what he wants to talk about. We go to Mariah and Sharon. They're both talking about Dylan, finding out about Sully. Sully is not Dylan's child. Sharon is truly worried again. Okay. We go to commercial. We come back. We have Sharon is reminding her how ruthless Victor can be. And he might tell Dylan the truth about Sully. She's talking, Sharon's having a conversation with Mariah about what Victor can possibly tell to make their lives miserable since Dylan still won't get off Victor and everything. Mariah's trying to tell Sharon, Victor could care less about us. We're not even on his radar. But Sharon says Dylan is not going to stop looking. Abby is asking Dylan, is it about Adam? Dylan's down at the hospital talking to Matt about trying to find out some forensic tissue samples or, um, biological makeup of tissues and blood and all like that. And he's wanting Ben to retract the pathologist's previous report that they did on Adam to make sure that if nothing was left out or no stone was unturned and just that and the other, just trying to check the validity of the first set of tests, ruling that Adam was indeed at that cabin and he did become deceased at the cabin because of the blow up. So they're trying to discuss this while Abby is down there talking with Ben, and Abby is asking Dylan, "Is this about my brother Adam?" But Dylan don't want to talk in front of Abby about it, so he's asking Ben to look into it for him. But pretty much, Abby just excused herself, okay, so they can have that one-on-one talk about what he's really looking for and why and this, that, and the other. Okay, then we move on to Paul. Paul tells Luca he will be back with his travel plans. Luca and Summer make a small talk about their love and their past. Summer still loves Luca, but she's trying to play brave. Summer feels like a complete fool, idiot right now. She's saying goodbye, but she can't, if that makes any sense. Okay, Jill and Phyllis and Billy talking privately with them both. She's mad as hell at both of them. Jack tells Phyllis, you and Billy had sex. No, Jill tells Phyllis, you and Billy had sex again, didn't you? Jack is telling Billy he's glad Phyllis turned to him for support. Jack is so stupid. It's painful to watch these days, I tell you. Go to commercial, we come back. We have Lucas still trying to convince Summer that he did and do still love her. Summer's trying not to believe him, but she does. Summer's asking Luca, what does he regret with losing her? I'm like, why, Summer? Why, Summer? Why would you want to know his thoughts on that issue? I mean, come on. Luca tells what she wants to hear before they haul his behind back to Spain. Summer tells Luca she don't hate him. Paul gets on Dylan about still working on Adam's case when the case is closed. Sharon and Mariah still making small talk about Victor and what he can do to punish them. by Dylan still trying to work on the case. Ben is overseeing Sharon, but he wants to see Dylan. Ben has the envelope in his hand. Sharon knows it's about Adam's case, but Ben don't want to discuss it with her. Jack tells Billy he's glad his wife is comfortable with his brother. Jack is crazy, crazy, crazy. Jack tells Phyllis he knows what's been going on with her, meaning Phyllis. Phyllis is looking worried. Jack tells her to follow him. He don't want to talk inside or at Newman Enterprise. He want to go outside and talk. Go to commercial. We come back. We have Dylan still fussing at Paul about liability issues when it comes to Victor Newman. Paul is telling him to let it go. Okay, Jill goes home to see Billy there looking at mail. She's trying to make Billy go to Seattle. Billy said he will not, and he makes it very clear he will not be manipulated anymore by his mother, Jill. Jack and Phyllis talk outside. Summer and Abby are at Crimson Lights discussing their life with their men. Abby is talking to Summer about dealing with their marriage, not just living it. Abby thinks Ben is trying to divorce her. We go to Ben and Sharon making small talk about Dylan. Dylan walks in and hears Sharon telling Ben not to help Dylan. Dylan doesn't like it at all. We go to commercial. We come back. We have Sharon loudly tells Dylan she has been trying to talk to him, but he's not listening. Ben goes on to give Dylan the test results about Adam's uh, demise in that explosion. Ben says it's the same results as the initial one. Ben tells Dylan to let it go. Dylan's not happy with that news. Then he also tries to put off on Ben, you know, is he just saying this? Did he even check with the pathologist, the doctor in that area of specialty? Then Ben look at him like he crazy, like, now you trying to say I'm a liar? This, that, and the other. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just, I got carried away with my father, Paul, trying to chastise me about leaving this case alone. But, hey, thank you for being a friend, and thank you for giving me the information so expeditiously. Okay, so Ben says goodbye because he has to go meet with Abby. Then we have Abby tell Summer she really don't want to be with Ben anymore. It's been coming for a long time. Summer is shocked about that revelation. Then we have Jack is talking to Phyllis about their lives. Jack is blaming himself for not being there for her. Jill is asking Billy, did Phyllis tell you that she's been working behind the scenes to break them up? Billy said, no, you just told me. So it is what it is. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Jill and Billy still fussing about his affair with Phyllis. Jill is holding her chest and having labored breathing, but Billy's so furious he can't even really understand that his mother's probably having a heart attack or an anxiety attack. Either one, they're cutting off her circulation in her chest and allowing her not to breathe freely. So hopefully he'll, get a clue or something. Billy's telling Jill to just walk away from him like she's pretty much done all of her life. Jill goes in to say, don't reflect it back on me. No, I was not a good mother, but I made up for that 10 times over. Then we have Jack still trying to reach out to Phyllis. He's bringing up Marco, Victor, all the bad things in the past. Jack is telling Phyllis to don't stop fighting for them. Phyllis she starts crying again. Abby has met Ben at the club. Ben wants to know what comes next. Dylan and Sharon are still fussing about Adam, his death, and everything surrounding the whole thing. Then we go to Sharon. Sharon is pleading to Dylan to let it go. Let it go, period. Sharon is telling Dylan to think about what he will lose if he keep going down this road to find answers about Adam's death, Victor's involvement. Dylan is looking at Sharon very confused and troubled. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Dylan is asking Sharon, what do you think Victor can do to us? Sharon don't believe Dylan can save them from Victor. That's pretty much what she's trying to tell him, but he ain't listening to her. Then we have Summer sees Mariah at Crimson Lights, and they make small talk with one another. Mariah comes in. She has a seat with Summer. Summer goes over a little bit, you know, telling her why she's deleting, I guess, all of Luca's pictures and this, that, and the other. And she's telling Mariah that, you know, his clothes are still at her house. Um, his toothbrush is still there. I mean, just stuff she could have just thrown in the trash. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to hear all that. We didn't have to hear nothing about that. I don't know why the writer's trying to write them up. I mean, the man's supposed to be going to Spain, kicked out our country and deported back where he is. So I'm like, why are we concerned about Luca? You know what I'm saying? We already watched the story plot, so I don't understand what the writers are giving us that let her have some, uh, I guess, clarity over it. Like I don't understand that whole writing plot scene. Okay, but anyway, Mariah talks briefly about her little thing with Kevin and Chloe and all this mess, and it's just not adding up. But basically, I like the part where it ended with Sharon just going off her rocker, like she just want to say, "Sully's not your baby, it's Nick's baby." But no, it was Adam's baby. Or by the time the writers, confuse us all, it'll be nobody's baby. Okay, so Dylan is really trying to ponder on what and where Sharon is going with this ordeal. It's not making sense to him. She's not making sense to him. So I look forward to looking at the 12th and the 13th episode and coming back narrating and giving you my visuals on it as well. So look forward to that. But that's all I have for this particular episode that aired on Friday, September the 9th, 2016. Okay, talk to you soon for the next episodes. And that's about it, guys. Take care. Blessings.